Hey everyone, so today you can probably hear my daughter in the background laughing. She's actually watching the trolls. But today's video is basically about me and me telling you about my life so that you can get to know me a little bit better, because I feel like I haven't really shared much about my life with you, so I think I owe that to you now. The channel is past my goal of 300 followers, so thank you all so much. It may seem small to some, but to me it doesn't. Every one of your support, it means the world to me. It just means we're growing as a channel, and if this could be a job for me, it would be amazing. I'm now a stay-at-home mum because I haven't been able to really go out and work because of what I do. I will share that with you. But yes, this would be amazing if it could be my job, and if I could put my whole time and dedication into as much as I can with the kids. So when I was really young, I was diagnosed with something called cyclical vomiting syndrome. I was sick so many times during the day. If I got a bug, I was really sick. I would have been thrown up way more than 10 times. I'm not exaggerating. This is not a false thing. There is research on it. You can go and look it up. There's probably people who have had it that are doing documentaries now and sharing their experience on YouTube. Actually, I found that there is now. So yeah, that was horrible. It destroyed my life, until I went to secondary school. I got everything and anything going about. So if there was any bugs, any flus, I actually got E. coli when I was younger as well, and a cryptosporidium. Sorry, I'm probably not saying that right. Cryptosporidium. Okay, so I got those when I was younger. I got worms. Yeah, I know that sounds disgusting, but I did. It's the thing that I think, my mum told me that kids can get it. My electrolytes would have been off balance, so if I got a bug, I was told by my GP I had to go straight to hospital, and I had to get the drip because of being vomiting so much. I wouldn't have had enough fluid in my systems, and I got really bad stomach cramps with bugs. It was horrendous. It was really bad. I remember that I would have gotten very anxious and stressed when, going to meet new people, going to big crowds. That's a big thing as well with cyclical vomiting, where you do get that. Sorry, I thought my daughter was starting to fuss there. But yeah, so it's not nice, and my heart goes out to anyone who suffers from it. Thank God I am cured now from it, and there was nothing I was given. I was taken to the Portland hospital over in England. Tubes put down me. There was so many things. I got so many bloods as a kid to be able to see what was wrong with me, and basically the doctors never really knew what it was. I had a hernia as well, which didn't help, but yeah, there was just this, I grew out of it, and I do believe that you can be cured. You know what really helps? So a supportive friendship group. I remember when I had that, it would have helped a lot. So just listening to her, but yeah, that really did help. But that's why I was so attached to my mum and my dad. I didn't like going over for sleepovers anywhere. So yeah, it was hard because I was so sick and always so nervous in that way. But just moving on, because of that as well, I missed a lot of school. Just give me, I'm over here beside me, sorry you can't see her, but yeah, so I actually didn't start school until I was 6. I ended up going to the Hollywood Steiner. I think I went to their nursery part, my mum and dad said to me, and I hated it, guys. I hated it. It was just, there was one teacher and she really put me off. Look, I think if you're in a certain line of work and you're a teacher, you have to be very compassionate and very patient, because you can really destroy a child's life from your attitude, to the pupils. It really put me off school. I was so nervous going in, and I really hated it. I didn't like it. Sorry if anyone's for that whole, like, you know, creativity approach to learning. I love it, but it was just, you learn far too you learn far too slow. Basically, you didn't start learning to read until far too late, and at the end of the day, it wasn't for me. I was took out of that school, and I ended up going to another primary school called Bloomfield. I started there in P6, so I was there for P6 and P7. And before that, though, I was homeschooled for a year. So I was at home for a year. Loved homeschooling. Want to do it with our kids, but my husband wants them to try school, so we'll try it. But if they have any bad experiences like I do, they're out. There's no questions about that, because it really did have like an effect on my mental health, and I think a lot of things in life do, and I just never ever want that for my babies, and I'm sure no one ever does. But yes, so let's go on to that. And I was bullied in that school as well. I'll tell you what happened. Okay, I was really bad at maths, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be shit yes, bullshit yes, okay? Because I'm not. I was extremely bad at maths, and I still am to this day. And I was very, very quiet, and I didn't put my hand up. And I've always been the child to be picked on when I didn't know the answer, okay? If you're going to do that, teachers, okay, really think, because you're putting the kid under stress. I was, okay, probably the only one that didn't have my hand up because I couldn't answer the question. The teacher made me stand up in front of the class, and all the other kids started laughing at me because I didn't know the answer. Now, is that fair? Like, honestly, guys, put your answers in the, like, comments below. Just don't do it. It's not nice. It's not fair. You're humiliating the child. And that is basically what happened to me. Oh, this is her chair, guys. It's like vibrating. Let's put the music on instead. I was humiliated, okay? And it wasn't nice. There was 2 substitute teachers actually that joined Hollywood Steiner, and oh my gosh, loved them. They left. I was so sad. She has hiccups. She has hiccups. But anyway, just going to double check that this is still recording. Yeah, because half of the time, guys, I have bad luck, and I think I'm recording and I'm not. But anyway, okay, so incidences that have, oh yes, I had one best friend. I got treated like bullshit in there too, basically. I was not treated nice in that school by the kids either. It was all it just wasn't my vibe. They were really like, I'm not trying to stereotype, but very like, not hippie, but like, I don't know, they just weren't the type of people I just didn't get on with, okay? They were trying to be, it's a creative school and all that, and it's meant to promote good things, but for me it just didn't. It didn't have a good experience, and I got bullied really badly. The kids weren't nice to me. I was basically segregated. They never wanted to play with me at lunch. I was told I couldn't join them. I was on my own. I got given out to for when someone was being not nice to me by that teacher. But anyway, that's a long story cut short. I had one best friend called Joshua, and we were like this. And you know what? He was the only one that didn't leave me out when all of them were leaving me out. He stayed there and he was faithful. So I appreciate that. People like me who have had bad experiences and have that one good memory will always remember that. And you know what? I always wonder what he's doing in his life. Like, I can't even remember his second name, but like, he was a really good friend. What? Okay, so guys, gory. This is a gory part, okay? I had an accident with a knife, okay? I can't remember what age I was, but I was a child. I saw my friend, she had a knife, and we had these pretend mobile phones, okay? I decided to copy her, kids do. I went into the kitchen. My mum and dad didn't see me. I was trying to get it out, blah, 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 blah. I fixed the phone anyway, left the house, was out with my friends, came back, jumped onto the couch from coming from the kitchen, from what I remember, and boom, the knife went in my leg. This is no joke. I have a scar. I will try to show you another time because I have to change the angle of the camera and stuff like that, but I have a scar on my leg. It is my right leg scar. And yes, there was blood. There was a rush to the hospital and all that. My friend left crying. So that was one incident I had that was bad. I also have on the left side here beside my eye, I have like a scar, and I think my mum said I fell near the fireplace. There was like a metal piece. Accidents happen, guys. So yeah, that's another part. I jumped off the 3rd step and I got a hairline fracture. I think it was in my ankle on my left side of my foot, on the ankle part of it. I got a hairline crack. It was either a hairline crack or a fracture in one of my pinkies when I was at a soft play area. Yes. My appendix burst. It was bad, guys. There was a hospital here. Maybe I shouldn't mention names, but there was a hospital here. They kept sending me home repeatedly. I went through this pain of appendix for over a week. And it was the worst pain. For me, it was worse than childbirth. Yes, it was. It was, Leila. It was worse than childbirth. Anyway, it was a Dublin hospital that ended up saving my life. I got there and it was literally, I didn't even have time to breathe air, guys. It was a quick scan. I was throwing up yellow stuff liquid. It was disgusting. And anyway, they were like, quickly, we need to rush her into theatre. I rushed in. One of my cousins had came. To see me quickly before I'd gone in. It was a really scary experience because I had been going through this pain in which I had no idea what was going on with me, because the hospital, one of the hospitals here in North Down was like, oh, there's nothing wrong with her, we're just going to send her home, blah blah blah, it's just a bug. And of course parents are clueless. Like, they expect, you know, the hospitals to like make an effort, do the right thing, and by the, you know, the person who's ill, the patient. But no, I was not given the right treatment. Okay, they did not scan me from what I remember. Anyway, they were taken to court because I nearly died because of them. And this is not a made up story, guys. I've got people who, when I went back to P7, told me that they remember when I started back, because I had to take 2 months off because of it, because it was a bigger operation instead of a keyhole surgery. I have a scar now in my stomach because of the hospital here making mistakes. So yeah, it basically wasn't good, and it wasn't meant to be what it turned out something it shouldn't have been. It should have been a small wee surgery if they had done their job. So guys, one advice from that I will give you is, if your kid is ever really, really in pain and you're not 100% sure, do not leave it. There was actually a kid up here, okay, that died because they were not got in time and they were not given the surgery. That could have been me, and that could be 1,000 of other people if you do not stand your ground. Okay, you have to sometimes when it comes to, I know I might be seeming dramatic, but honestly guys, I thank that doctor in Dublin so much, because if it was not for her, I would not be here, I would not be married, and I would not have my 2 kids. So I thank her so much for doing that. But honestly guys, my mum and dad a lot of the time were just like, oh no, it's okay, you'll be fine. But that's a big story. Like, I've got a diary written about my experience in that, and it was horrendous. If you are interested in knowing more about my appendix story and how I got from A to B and how I got down to the hospital there, it was during Christmas as well, so I missed out all of Christmas. I think I was 12, yeah, because I had then gone into P7. So yeah, that wasn't a bad experience, but yeah, that was that. Yes, they were taken to court, of course, and I won, but anyway. blah 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 blah. Sorry, I'm just having a look here at my notes and what I want to talk to you about. I've never had any like broken bones or anything like that. My first concert, let's get on to good things, okay? So that's all the crappy stuff that basically happened in my life. The good stuff was my first ever concert. Yeah. My first ever concert was Westlife, and I went to that with my mum, my mum's friend and her daughter. So that was good because I loved Westlife. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with Spice Girls. Spice Girls, Westlife, Justin Timberlake, S Club 7 and Steps. You remember? Reach for the stars. This is so cringy, but I absolutely loved them. And Steps. This little girl is the strongest little girl ever. So yeah, I got my ears pierced when I was 7. My favourite episodes was Lizzie McGuire. Come on guys, let's share this moment. Lizzie McGuire, what was yours? Let me know when you were like before your teenager years and after that until like let's say like 18. Well, let's split it in two. Before you were a teenager and after you were a teenager. I loved Lizzie McGuire was my life, and her movie Dreams Are Made Of. If you remember that Dreams Are Made Of, I used to sing it. When I was a child, I was obsessed with singing. Loved it. Ended up going on to do singing and drama in college. So it just goes to show sometimes what you love as a kid, you end up doing when you're older. Isn't it, Layla? Huh? We'll wait and see what you end up loving to do, isn't it? But yeah, so I loved all that. Lizzie McGuire, That's So Raven. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. So yeah, guys, that is some stuff that I loved. Oh, the Cheetah Girls. Sorry, that was probably really, really close, but the Cheetah Girls. Right, so one of my most serious relationships before I met Daryl was when from 13 to 15 years of age. I know it sounds young. Okay, I was really mature, guys, okay, really mature. I said I was mature. I think it was mature anyway. And that was for 2 years. I had other relationships, but I would consider that one probably most serious. It was like, you know, we were thinking of getting married and all that, but that was yada yada yada. That was then anyway. Things changed, didn't work out as things sometimes don't in life, but just yeah, I was homeschooled. Yes, so I got really badly bullied actually in secondary school. People were racist to me, called me a Packy. I got bullied because I've got dark hair and I had hair on my lip. Now this is really embarrassing for me because yes, I did go through that. I'm half Eastern, I'm half Irish, and I was born in the United Kingdom. Right, I hope this toy here is not really loud, but anyway, I went through a really crappy time in secondary school. Okay, I did. I thought I'd never get married. I thought I'd never find a husband that would love me. I didn't think I'd ever have kids because all the boys made me feel like I was ugly. Because that's how they treated me. They were like, eh, I'm not touching that. You're like passing that to me. Like, seriously, what's wrong with you guys? Like, I know that they had like, you know, behavioural disorders and stuff in the class I was with. What I do not agree with in schools is if there is someone that struggles, okay, and there is someone that has a like behavioural issue or something wrong with them, a disability, they need to be split, guys. Those kids did not care about their education. They did not care about their education at all. They would have lashed out at the teachers, they would have disrupted the class, and for me, that was annoying. I wanted to learn. I wanted an education. I worked my butt off. I had learning difficulties, but that's because I like missed so much, okay, of like school, like primary school. But yeah, I was treated awful, and like even the people I thought were my friends weren't. There was someone who stole a mobile phone, and I know to this day it did happen because I have another friend who caught her. But you know what? I kept my mouth shut, and everyone still thinks that I made that up. No, I didn't. My phone was gone, guys. Did it just disappear into thin air? No, she had it and I never received it back. And 2, she was sketchy about it, because how come when I asked her to call the mobile phone before this person had to go for the bus, she was like, no, not now. I know it was stolen, okay? It was stolen. End of subject. But anyway, I never got that back. Thank you. Counselling for bullying. Yeah, so I had to get counselling as well. That was another thing. I had to get counselling, so that really helped. It did help, but like when my bullying experience in school was like so bad to the point where I would have been screaming and crying, I didn't want to go in. And I really should have been taken out. My parents should have taken me out, and I thought it was the best thing to leave me in education. It wasn't. It wasn't. I did good, but I could have done, there is loads of other kids who are being homeschooled and they're doing just as well, okay? I ended up doing well. I could have gone to uni. I got really good grades, you know, from going to college and doing my drama. I got into John Moores to do drama, but my life changed. I got married, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, that's my, and also because of the hair on my lip, guys, see all those sexy Asian, Eastern people you all see on Instagram, you think they're so hot. This is for the guys, okay? Yeah, they've got a lot of hair. Okay, maybe not all of us, but we got hair. And you know what? It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world, okay? I used to think that as a little girl. Everything, when you're brought up like I was, and I was very much not toughened. I wasn't taught how to like not let things get at me. I was told, don't fight back, keep your mouth closed. I am so different now. I ain't like that. But you know what? Hair's not a big deal. It is not a big deal at all. It's just hair. So what? But more of an information or story about me I can't talk now, guys. My appendix bursting. Let me know if there's anything else you want to know. Oh yes, and also I was quite, how do you say it? I was quite old school. So Daryl was the only one that, you know, I made love to. So yeah, I'm going to say that. He was the only one I did that one thing with because I wanted to wait for someone. You know, I was traditional. I didn't have loads of boyfriends. I had boyfriends, but we just didn't go that far. That's all I'm going to say to you. We never went that far. So yeah, he was my first true love. As cringy as that sounds. But yeah, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this. It gives you more of an in-depth of what I do, what I love, and yeah, so that's it for today. And thank you so much for following, guys. Much love to you all, and thanks again for supporting. Bye, guys.